Okay. All right. Let's see if I can figure this out. This is, I'm not really seeing where to get the comments or anything. I'm not really seeing how that works. This is clearly, oh wow. Wow, guys. Wow. Just, you know what? Ignore me while I try to do, I can't believe, I guess, it says there's a little live thing on the top. Wow. Okay. All right. We're just going to tuck that in, pretend like it's not really there. We're just going to tuck that in. I don't see where the comments come up. I don't know if it takes time for me to see that. I'm feeling a little bit special. Not going to lie. Feeling a little special. I'm just going to keep talking, and hopefully somebody will give me some sort of a comment and I can figure out how to do this. I can figure it out. This is so ridiculous. I'm so sad. I'm sure all of you know how to do this perfectly. It's just saying, congratulations, congratulations. This is your most watched live video, which is funny because I haven't done any of these. So, you know, that's pretty interesting. I just wanted to give you guys an update. Let's just pretend like I know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to give you an update on what's going on. I have been just completely insane for the last several months. Oh, comments are coming up. Oh, hey. Hey. Hey, technology. Yay. I know it looks great down, Jana. The problem is I haven't brushed it, okay? All right? So, there you go. There, you see this? This is a rat's nest. You see that? See? See? I just wanted to tell you guys, you know, it's been just an insane few months. As most of you know, I have content clients. I do health writing on the side. In my real world job, it's health writing. And I've been pretty much just scheduled back to back. I've done 2 full books for my clients, health books for my clients. I have my standard weekly work that I do for them. You know, I make hundreds of graphics for my clients every month. And basically, I took on a lot of extra work because I had some crazy things going on. And it has left me almost no time to write at all. All of August, September, and October, and the first half of November, I'm putting in about 100 hours a week with my clients, just because I had to replace a transmission, just a bunch of stupid crap, but basically it required a lot of money all at once, and the only way for me to do that is basically to take on a whole bunch of work, whether I have time to do it or not. So that's what I did. That's what I've been working on, and but I have been, at night, I have been working on my stories, which is why you guys get no warning at all. The only person that knows anything is I'll send Jana pretty much the last... Don't call me a squirrel, Angela. I'll send Jana, like, the night before I'm ready to publish something. I'll send it to her and I'll say, hey, I just finished this book. You might want to read it. And, of course, her being as fabulous as she is, drops everything and probably doesn't eat or sleep and reads my book for me. And that's pretty much the only warning that anything is happening. That's the only warning. I haven't been doing pre-orders. I haven't been talking on Facebook. I don't know. This is definitely not an election thing. This is definitely not an election thing. But the election pretty much killed me. Being on Facebook at all was really, really hard for me. So I just did kind of like a social media blackout the last few weeks to try and get some work and everything done. And, you know, it's just been crazy. So I'm hoping... You know, I've really worked very hard last week and over this weekend to kind of get my schedule under control so I can start writing the books that are in my head, because I have another, what is it, Jana, what is it, like 11 unpublished books that need to be retreated? I don't remember. And, you know, there's 100 that were never published and another 100 in my head. So I'd really like to get back to my own writing. It's looking good. I'm happy. My divorce is final. I don't know if anybody remembered that or if I mentioned that, but after many, many years of trying to get out of a very, very bad marriage, it is over. As of September 30th, it was final. I feel like a brand new person. It's the start of a brand new year for me. I turn 45 next month, rather. I turn 45, and I feel like, you know, there's amazing things coming. And I know that I have neglected my readers. I have gone long, long periods of time without emailing or without, you know, coming on the group or being on Facebook really at all outside of Buffer. But there was a reason, and now good things are happening. You know, things are coming along. And if there's anything that you guys are super excited about, I mean, I'm really excited to get all of the stuff that I had unpublished back in 2014. I'm excited to get all of that back out, because even though I was not really good about communicating it, a lot of those stories, oh, you guys are so great. I'm just reading the comments and I just love you guys so much. Yes, hollow, lots of hollow. So as you guys may have noticed in the past couple of republishes, the books that were out back in 2013, 2012 that I took down and have put back out, you may have noticed that they have some very solid attachments to the books that you already know and love, like Hudson and Radiance and all that. Well, the main reason for that is that they always existed in that world. They always had a place there. They were always connected to the characters there. But because of how manic I was and how crazy I wrote, unfortunately, I didn't communicate all those webs very well. So, as a result, you're getting a lot more Hudson, you're getting a lot more Harper, you're getting a lot more Hollow. I call them my Triple H of Destiny because I love them so much. They're my favorite characters of all the characters that I write. Those three men are pretty much it for me. They each represent a different facet of things that I love about my characters, and they're very, very strong. All of the books that I write in total do not necessarily tie to the TBS world, but I will tell you that they do tie together. Everything exists in this crazy space in between my ears, all of it. So it's not, I don't want to make the mistake of doing too much of Hollow and Hudson and all of that. But honestly, they are anchors in the worlds in my brain. The only things that are not anchored in some fashion to my two parallel universes, which are my Yes to Everything sort of country books and my TBS Metropolitan books, the only things that really don't cross into those are the supernatural, the paranormal, the supernatural paranormal stuff. And that's why I did just launch Sabrina Rue off by herself, to kind of get some separation there, because I really don't feel that it belongs under Shayne McClendon. Now, some of the oldest readers that I have, the ones who've been with me from the beginning, you guys remember that I had 3 books that were originally published as Shayne McClendon. Because of that, and because I don't want anybody to think I'm plagiarizing, that Sabrina Rue is plagiarizing Shayne McClendon or anything like that, because I did give a lot of those books away. Woman's Best Friend, I think I gave away 12,000 copies on Kindle Free Day. Free Days. Revenge was something like 22,000. And All the Better Two, I'm pretty sure that one was probably like 8,000. So I've given away a lot of those free books, and I didn't want to have a miscommunication with people who haven't been kind of in our inner circle, really less than 300 of us. I really didn't want anyone to think that Sabrina Rue basically stole my books and published them as herself. So that's why I'm doing like a Shayne McClendon writing as Sabrina Rue for those 3 books. But anything after those 3 books that were already published as me will just say Sabrina Rue on them. Let me see. What Triple H. Bedroom like yesterday. You guys are funny. I know. So basically everything in the Shayne McClendon world does exist in the same universe. Like there's no reason that people from The Hermit or people from, Breakdown Here or people from Yes to Everything or any of that, there's no reason that they won't mildly cross into other worlds that, what I consider the TBS world, which includes like the Hollow world. They're all kind of connected. And I try not to beat you over the head with it. I miss you too, Yvonne. I really don't want to beat you guys over the head with it. I don't want you to feel like you're reading a 30-book series. I don't want you to feel like you can't ever cut it off or anything, which is why I kind of cut TBS when I did and then started a separate series so that you don't feel like you're trapped. You don't feel like you have to read all of the books because, honestly, if it was up to me, I could literally just write about Hollow and Hudson and Harper until the end of time. I really, really could. Like, it would be no problem for me to do that at all. They have 1,000,001 stories for me to tell. I think you guys are really going to like Charlie. I have given you guys some hints as far as other characters that you're going to see a lot of. Roxy, I don't remember if you guys remember Bells and Roxy. Last year there were a couple of short stories that I wrote. Honestly, I've written so many short stories that I don't remember which ones are in Quickies 2014 and 2015. But I do know that a lot of these short stories, they have place in the bigger picture. Sometimes I have to get a story out so that I can feel as though the worst of the pressure is kind of off my brain a little bit. Oh God, I love you guys. Oh my goodness. Wow, I've seen all these comments. You're so wonderful. Pretty much I'm in a really good place mentally and emotionally. As far as professionally, I've got way too much on my plate. I'm trying to work that out. I'm trying to make sure that I, learn how to manage my time better. I'm not really good with that. I keep taking on a lot more than I can physically handle. And, that's not a smart thing to do. I'm very bad about it. As a creative type, I also... Angela, you're ridiculous. As a creative type, I really just want to, just kind of sit in my bed with my laptop on my lap and just do nothing but write. Unfortunately, I am not independently wealthy. And it's going to be a while yet before I can just do that. But I think I'm making really strong headway. I think I'm making moves in the right direction. It's a slow process. For those of you who have been so patient with me from the very beginning, we're coming up. It's amazing, but we're coming up on 5 years. May 21st will be 5 years since I published the Barter System, and March is when I started always the good girl page, which is where I met so many of you. It's been a long road, And there's been a lot of emotional upheaval, personal relationship upheaval, a lot of financial struggles. I'm sure all of you, I know everyone can probably relate. It's been a learning experience, and I honestly feel that I'm finally actually making progress. I feel like everything is moving in the right direction. I'm never going to be, like a J.K. Rowling or sorry, my dog is over here sniffing at the laundry. I'm never going to be a J.K. Rowling or what's her name? E.L. James. I'm never going to be anybody like that. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want, my every move monitored. At the same time, I really, really cannot wait to at least know that my fiction is doing well enough to where all I need to do is write fiction. That will be my my moment of success. That's when I'll know that I've made it. When I can say, I don't need to do this client work anymore, and I don't have to pretty much kill myself at 100 hours a week. That's when it'll be real to me. That's when I'll feel like I'm a writer. I'm a real writer, when I can actually just write. But right now, I still, it's a part-time gig for me. It's still part-time, and that makes me a little upset. Oh, Missy, it was so wonderful to meet you guys in Detroit too. I still think about you guys all the time. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Aww. I'm sorry. I'm so easily distracted. Squirrel. But I feel like it's 2017 is going to be amazing. I'm going to do some nonfiction products of my own, so that I can start kind of banking on the stuff that I've done for my clients. I'm a really big producer for my clients, and I need to take some of that mojo and give it to myself, because that's apparently where the big money is when you write nonfiction and you just charge people $1 billion for some stupid ass thing. All my clients make a buttload of money, and I'm sitting over here going, yeah, pay me $100 for this project. So, it's a learning curve. I have been a really slow learner, but at the same time, for 3.5 of those years, I lived in a house that was very toxic. For this last year, it's just been rebuilding my life. I mean, when I moved into this house, this is the first house that I've rented by myself since I was 16 years old. And I didn't have any towels. I didn't have dishes. I didn't have anything. I had to start everything from scratch. And at the same time, I had a major client kind of pull back from me, and my soon-to-be ex-husband was randomly contacting me all the time. It was a lot of emotional upheaval. My website went down. Remember how much fun that was? 6 weeks. Oh, and by the way, if any of you are replying to my emails, unfortunately, the new hosting company that hosts my website can't explain to me where my emails are. So we'll see about getting those later. It'll be another download of 6,000. So much fun. So much fun. But anyway, I don't even know how long I've been talking. Clearly way too long. I'm just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. But you start me and I can't really shut up. This is why I shouldn't do this. This is why I shouldn't do it. But excuse me one second. I'm just going to get a little sip of my coffee. Hold on a second. Ah, delicious. So, I don't know if you guys have any specific questions. I know there's a little bit of a lag. So I don't know if there's any questions that you have about the books or characters or me personally. You can ask me anything. I'm an open book. Yeah, I need to do my, don't look at my eyebrows. Don't look at my eyebrows. Tech is not really my thing. So I'm just basically looking at myself and looking at the comments and I seem a little silly. You know, when I'm doing this, it feels a little bit silly on my side. I don't know. But I'm going to try to do this at least once or twice a month. Especially, you know, if you guys want to, like, I don't know if Jana, maybe you can come up with a way we can do this where we basically have like a running list of questions or topics or anything like that, to where we can kind of just keep it. And when we do something like this, I can just kind of go off a list and start answering your questions and whatever. I know a lot of people can't think of questions on the spur of the moment. So if you guys want to save them up and I can do them all at once, that's going to be awesome. Oh, hold on a second. In the Service Women, is that on the book soon? Oh, okay. So hold on one second. I'm going to get my little note off the, oh, I just dropped a tack on the floor. I'll find that later. Okay. So, basically I have 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have like 11 books that I have unpublished, that have been unpublished for the last 2 years. In the Service of Women, I kind of want to re-release it for Gay Pride next summer. So that one is definitely one that I am excited to re-release. It's one that's going to take a lot of time to treat, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I had treated it a couple of years ago, and my computer crashed, like completely bit the dust, and I lost the entire treatment, about 45,000 words. So I really want to take my time with that one. And one of the reasons that I worked on the Great Outdoors series instead of some of the harder ones like Obsession and the Quiet series and stuff like that, one of the reasons that I worked on these is because even though they do have strong themes and, you know, great love stories and stuff like that, they're very relaxing for me. It's kind of it's kind of like, not that all of my writing isn't fun, but those books, it's almost like lighthearted. One of the things that I'm thinking about doing for, you know, in the next couple of months is the Being Delightful book as well, because of that same reason. I need some things that are very light while I wrap up these last, you know, few huge nonfiction products that I have for clients. And then I think, you know, I can get into the harder ones to do, which are Damaged and Obsession, the Quiet series. You know, those are a little bit in the Service of Women. Those are all like meatier, I guess. They're meatier. So those are hard for me to do right now, because the way that I've been writing since I didn't write it all. After I released Permission to Land, I did not write it all from August 5th until the end of September. I did not have a single minute to write. So, you know, I got really far behind. I got very, very depressed because I'm not used to going that long without writing. I wasn't emailing. I wasn't doing short stories. I was just, you know, hitting the ground running with content all day, every day, and then dropping to bed exhausted, waking up, immediately jumping on the computer. So it was kind of a rough time. And when I was able to get back into writing, originally I was going to do either Obsession or the Quiet series. And I had a long talk with Jana, like in the middle of the night one night, and I said, it's too much. I can't split my focus. Like, I need something that's going to be easy for me, that's not going to drag me through really an emotional ringer. Even though The Great Outdoors does have emotion and stuff like that, it's not as intense and sustained as those two books. So it was pretty hard for me. But I decided that The Great Outdoors was, you know, simple. It was something I could knock out, you know, once every 6 weeks and get a new one, you know, another one back out, you know, for my readers and stuff. And it just felt right to do them then. They're not my favorite stories, but they do have a place in my heart because they're pretty much the first ones that I wrote after the Barter System. And they really gave me an emotional break, a real break. So, you know, right now and I really hate to put it like this, but at this stage, I have another huge book that's due out for one of my clients, December 9th. I have several huge projects that have to be done between now and mid-December. And I hate to put it like this, but it's really, for me right now, it's just a matter of kind of getting through the end of the year. I want to get Embrace done, and I'm really thinking about doing something very, you know, short and sweet, fun, very relaxed, like Being Delightful or something in December. I'm not going to swear to that because, you know, right now my clients kind of have me by the short and curlies a little bit. So, what can you guys do to help? Oh, you guys are wonderful. Yeah, it's been a rough year for everybody. I mean, I don't know anyone who hasn't had either, you know, relationship struggles, financial struggles, job struggles, health struggles. This year has really beaten us all up. And when I say that, I mean bruised. Like, I feel bruised on the inside from this year. It's just like one thing after another. And we're, you know, I'm getting through it. You guys will get through it. We all, you know, we're all going to make it to the other side together. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I just keep getting up in the morning and I keep doing what I need to do. And I keep, you know, I have my kids. You know, Ethan is 21. He lives with me. Cass is 19. She lives with me. You know, I have them, and, you know, I have my friends, and you know, and you just keep getting up. You know, it's not all been, you know, roses, but it hasn't all been, you know, broken sewer lines either. Speaking of which, all of my plumbing had to be replaced in this house. It's been a weird year, y'all. So, really at this point, you know, I'm ready for this year to be over. I've worked out a really great schedule for book releases and stuff for next year. I cannot do any signings at least until next summer. I've cut back on all signings because, you know, I just didn't have the time and I didn't have the money. And the couple that I was thinking about doing this summer, I was in such a state of panic and kind of almost depression. I guess it's depression. I don't really know much about depression because, you know, I just, like, when I feel like I'm being down, like I feel like I'm getting down, I just work really hard and I feel like I just kind of shove it out. I don't know. I think it might have been depression. I don't know. But I was worried about the upcoming divorce. And I've been, you know, I've just been worried about a lot of things. So it's like, yeah, the naked plumber. Yeah, the plumber's definitely going to get his own short story. I just need some time to pass because he does know my pen name. And I can't have that, you know, getting out in the world. I can't have that. But, you know, I think that in a couple of years, my goal is to, once I'm settled, once I know where I'm going to be living and everything else, I'd like to do a book signing, sponsor a book signing and have, you know, like 15 or 20 authors, very small, very intimate, you know, and just do that every couple of years. Right now, I can't. I can't, I don't have the time. I just don't have the bandwidth, period, across the board for signings. And I love signings. I love being able to, you know, meet readers face to face. I love it. It's just that I did so many of them kind of back to back and I screwed myself up a little bit financially. And now I just have to kind of wait, you know, wait. And I have a good relationship with you guys online, thank goodness. For those of you who don't know the story about the naked plumber, I'm just going to real quick tell you this, and then I will get out of your hair because I cannot believe I have rambled like this. You can tell I work by myself and spend a lot of time alone. You can tell. For those of you who don't know the story, I live in a little house that I rent, and I was here for a couple of months, and the air conditioner went down. The hot water and the air conditioner went down. And so no, I'm not in Florida. I'm not in Florida. Do you see what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a hoodie and a t-shirt. I'm not in Florida. So basically, the landlord, because I could not look, I was originally going to buy a house somewhere. I really wanted to be in the Pacific Northwest. And because the divorce was not final, I could not buy property. Because I don't know, for those of you who know, it becomes shared property and it becomes part of the divorce settlement, especially here in Oklahoma. Yeah. So, I could not buy a house, so I rented a house. My son and I moved in here, and then my daughter joined us over the summer. We were here for a few months. The heat wasn't working. We almost died from a gas leak. I am not kidding. The day we moved in, we almost died of a gas leak. And the gas company ended up running out here and said, "You're lucky you didn't die in the middle of the night." So that was our introduction to this house. A couple of months later, the heat wasn't working, the air wasn't working, the hot water wasn't working. It was insane. Okay. And so the landlord sent a plumber out. His name is Ben. And he came out. And he said, he fixed the hot water, and that was a whole fiasco because Jana, who actually has knowledge of that stuff, was trying to talk me through stuff on the phone, which helped a little bit. But there was some stuff it was beyond my capability. If she'd have been here, she could have fixed it. But I'm not Jana. So he comes to fix it. I am here. This is the most bizarre story. I swear to you, it is true. Okay. I'm sitting here in my t-shirt and my yoga pants and flip-flops. Hair not brushed, nothing going on. And I said, hey, when you get done, I'm going to need you to check this thing on the tub because it's not working. He says, "No problem." He says, "Hey, do you mind if I change clothes in your back utility room?" I said, no. I said, "My son's asleep, but he sleeps the opposite schedule of me, so you probably won't wake him up." He's like, "I just don't want him walking out on me naked." And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, like, he doesn't mean really naked. Like, not really naked. So I come into the hallway. There's a hallway. My office is here. The bathroom is here. And and my daughter's room is here. And my kitchen is out this way. So I walk out of my office and I stand in the hallway and I said, "Hey, when you get a second, can you come and check this tub before you leave?" He walks into my kitchen. Shit you not, hand to God. This man walks into my kitchen buck naked. Completely, head to toe, wearing a baseball cap, barefoot, dick swinging, baseball cap. Yes. And he grabs paper towels and he says, "Oh," very nonchalantly. He says to me, he's a very attractive young man, this Ben. He says to me, "I hope you don't embarrass Easy, because, I don't." So I said, no. Of course not. And I go back run back into my office. So he's talking to me from my back laundry room, which is by the back door. I get out. I leave my office and I go in the kitchen. He's trying to talk me through how to fix the tub from my back laundry room. I can't hear him. And I'm bright red. I'm bright red right now. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm bright red even telling you this story. Okay. So he's yelling from the back room. And I said, "I can't hear you. After you get dressed, if you could just come over here, you can walk me through it." Right? You can walk me through it. So I'm sitting on the side of my tub, like one does when they're about to get talked through how to fix something, right? right? Am I right, ladies? This man comes walking up to my bathroom door. Now, bear in mind, my bathroom is very small. It's about 6 by 6, tiny. And most of that is tub, right? So I'm sitting on the side of the tub, and he's standing in my bathroom door, buck naked, dick swinging, in my house. I am a 44-year-old woman who's been celibate way too long, and I'm just telling you, these things happen to fuck people up. They fuck them up. They messed with my head. It really, really did. So I said, oh my, you can wait until... He's like, no, I'll talk you through it. And he motions for me to start taking things apart. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to do it. And I'm sitting here and I'm using this screwdriver. And of course, I'm shaking like a leaf, right? And he walks into the bathroom, leans over me like this, and starts taking apart the little thing. And he goes, oh, I might want to go get dressed before this turns into one of those country porns. I was dying. I was red. His penis was literally this far from my face. I kid you not. Just dangling there. He's a very attractive man. Over 6 foot, lean, country type, real redneck voice. Yeah. So, yes, he did. He really did. He really did. And I said, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's kind of what this feels like. Is like one of those, country porns. Is that a thing, y'all? I don't know. Anyway, so he backs up. Like doesn't turn around. He backs out of the bathroom and he's like, I'll throw some pants on. I'll be right back. Goes and gets pants on, comes in, and then decides he's going to work around me. I said, you know what? I'm going to stand up. I'm going to get out of your way so you can do your plumbing job without me sitting here, And I stood up and he like kind of grabbed hold of me. All he's wearing is unbuttoned Wranglers. That's it. No shoes, no shirt. I didn't have a problem, but I'm just saying it's a little unorthodox if you agree with me. And basically, ever since then, he's been referred to as the Naked Plumber. Like, we don't call him anything else. I don't think half people know his real name. I call him the Naked Plumber. Yeah. So he found out, he came in my office, and over on one wall over here, I have, my bookshelf with my books and stuff in it. And he asked me what I did, and I said I'm a writer, and he realized that those were my books. And he wants to be in a story, which is why I haven't written it. It's kind of like that, I'm not going to write you a love song because you asked for it. Now he asked for it. Now he doesn't get to be in a story until I'm good and damn ready. But I'm just telling you, this is a weird situation. It was true. And I'm probably leaving stuff out because I'm like practically faint. I'm overheated over here. Woo! Lord! Yeah! So he's been back several times since to fix various problems in this little house that I'm renting. And every time, he just acts like we are just the best of friends. And he is married with small children, just so y'all know. So there's no getting with that. I'm just saying, it was a weird situation. And as a grown woman, a little difficult. All right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm blushing, Jana, because the man is married. Okay? And I already knew he was married. So me looking at his junk was me looking at junk that didn't belong to me. And that's just not right. It's not how I roll. So anyway, I'm going to stop gabbing on because I have really, well, yeah, we are best friends because I've seen all of him head to toe. Head to toe. All right. So anyway, if y'all need or want any answers, questions, anything like that to anything, let's figure out, we can maybe pen a post or something and Janet can keep track of all the questions. I don't know how y'all want to do that. But next time I come on here, I'll be a little bit more, I'll be a little more like professional. It's not likely. I'm probably not going to be professional. But at least I figured it out. And that's progress. And to all the rest of y'all who just wandered on in with us and just are probably like, "Woo, God, what is happening here?" Thank you so much for being part of my little live thing, whatever you call this, little broadcast. And if you guys want to do it again, we'll just figure on a weekend, probably like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I figure Sunday night's pretty good. Everybody's getting the kids settled and whatnot. But I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm sending out an email later this week and all that. And I love y'all. And we'll do it again. So y'all have a wonderful night.